Welcome back into Main Street Living Q. It is the time of year when many of us start to think about planting a garden and just imagining having enough juicy tomatoes and zucchini to share with the entire neighborhood.
That's right. And our next guests are doing something like that all year round with their new venture in Chester, Arkansas. Welcome, newlyweds, Timothy and Nena from Homegrown Native Foods. How you guys doing?
Doing very good.
We're doing great. Thank you for having us today.
Yeah, I mean, newlyweds, you guys is, taking care of the people in your neighborhoods. You two started Homegrown Native Foods in 2021. What is the unique part about your restaurant?
We focus on foods that were here before colonization. So no beef, no chicken. We have pork at the moment, but only in our breakfasts. And we're focusing on native plants, animals, and fungi. And the reason for that is the increased nutritional value and the increased flavor value. And so we're trying to give people, something a little different to try and see if it makes them feel a little better.
Awesome.
So obviously it's different. What do you think is surprising to your diners when they first eat at Homegrown Native Foods?
That's a great question. And honestly, I think people are surprised at the quality of our food. So neither of us are trained chefs. We just love food and we love to cook. I actually have a degree in environmental studies and Tim has a degree in horticulture. But I think people come in, expecting something good, but then are very happily surprised when our food exceeds those expectations. And that's just a product really of good quality ingredients, fresh ingredients, and just simple cooking techniques.
Yeah, and that's also cool, and I can hear the passion in your voice for what you both do. But Nina, I'll stick with you on this question. Like, why is it so important to give people the experience of locally grown food?
I think it just draws people back to your roots. When I grew up, we always had a garden, and I think that was the way that it used to be. And I think people are looking for that. People are looking for something that they can relate to, that's more wholesome, and the food just tastes better. I always tell people tomatoes are a perfect example of people are like, oh, I don't like tomatoes. But if you've had one fresh out of the garden, you can't not like it. So I think just getting people to taste those fresh foods kind of reignites a passion for food and connects them to other people.
Yeah, we had a guy last week that didn't like pickles, so
Yep.
We got to get him back on the chain. Yeah, no, I completely agree. And you guys are just letting the food sing for itself. It doesn't need to be all these things that you're doing with the cooking. You're just letting the good food do that. The farm to table movement has obviously been gaining traction for a while. Is that the same thing as what you guys are doing here? Why do you think people are starting to pay attention now?
It's very similar. We rely heavily on our farmers locally. We get from a lot of farmers. We even have mushrooms right now from local farmers here in Arkansas, and so it's an amazing thing to really to get to do. And
As to say, I think that what we're doing is similar in that we do a lot of farm to table things, but a lot of ours is also forage to table. So like later today, after this interview, Tim's going to go out into the Ozark Mountains and round up what greens he can to make a seasonal salad tomorrow. So we kind of hybridize foraging with sourcing from our local farms. So we're kind of a mix of both. And we know of just a few other restaurants in the country right now that are doing forage to table kind of movements and focusing on foods specific to where they are. So I think we're kind of on the forefront of that and melding that with farm to table.
Yeah, and it's cool because it looks like you guys are taking a step in the right direction as far as leading folks. But for the viewers who are not in Arkansas, what's your advice for growing their own food or finding other restaurants like yours?
There's a lot of resources to find the foods that you need to grow in your own garden. You can go to any First Nation, any indigenous tribe in your local area and talk to them. Sometimes they have resources and books on native plants. Botanical gardens in your area will absolutely have native, edible, and poisonous lookalike plants and stuff like that, so you can make sure you're getting the right things. And there's tons of publications. And then also, we'll have a page on our website here soon where you can look up locations, restaurants across the country that are doing something similar to what we're doing, and find something local to eat in your neck of the woods.
Wow.
So I
Wow.
have to know, what are some of the common local foods?
Oh my goodness, there are so many. And honestly, Tim is more the expert on the foraging part, so I'll let you take this one.
We have 23 native fruits to Northwest Arkansas. We've got fruit, something similar to about 10 months out of the year. So fresh fruit. So it's a huge variety. We've got pawpaws, mulberries, blackberries. We've got beauty berries in the winter, persimmons in the fall. When it comes to vegetables, we've got tons of tubers. We've got a lotus, which is as good as or better than a potato, and it looks like a wagon wheel. And I mean, how can you beat that?
Yeah, see, so I'm feeling very not healthy right now. I just ate some fast food before I started this show today. So you guys are telling me all these ways to make my body healthy, and I'm like, I'm not doing good at all. What's your signature dish that because now I'm hungry now?
Yeah. Honestly, we're still kind of finding our specific flavor. You know, every cook and every chef kind of has their flavor, and we're so new that we're still looking for that. I think for me, the favorite dish that we've done so far was a native taco trio. We did a bison taco, a venison taco, and a mushroom taco on homemade corn tortillas. And it was absolutely wonderful. And we topped it with this wojape sauce, which is a Native American sauce that mixes berries with maple syrup and a little bit of salt. So we did cranberries, maple syrup, and salt, and just put that over the top of a couple of the tacos. And ooh, they were so good.
And then
Homemade tortillas are the way to do it, for
Yes.
sure, for sure. How can viewers find more information about your guys' restaurant?
you can go to our website, homegrownnativefoods.com. You can call us to make a reservation. You can visit our Facebook, Instagram. We've got everything.
Wow.
Well, thank you guys so
both.
much.
Yeah, and congratulations on getting married. You know, that's cool. You're mixing food and you're mixing together to bring the world something more natural. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having us today.
Yeah.
No problem. Well, Danielle, next up, we're getting closer, or they're getting closer, but we're getting a closer view on how much impact can one business actually have. Stay right there.